All right, so I want to talk about mirror magic. You know that old saying, mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of them all, right? The magic mirror, right? In quantum physics or quantum mechanics or whatever, right? They have proven that the observer, that consciousness, just observing something changes the reality. So, like, the famous split, the fuck is it called? You know when they like send the things through the slits, and like if you're observing it, it like there's a pattern, but if you're not observing it, it's more like a wave. um it's that thing. So I'm talking about mirror magic because like I want to try to explain a lot of like people always question like how do I evolve, what's my skincare routine, what are you taking, when really it's not that at all. They're like, you must be on those new peptides. Like, nope, never taken them ever. Like, but I'm a shaman, so I have spiritual beliefs, right? But I'm also me, so I have common sense. So, like, mirror magic is an interesting concept that basically your consciousness looking at itself helps alter the cells. I mentioned briefly in the video I made yesterday about like Nikola Tesla, how he was right. I mentioned briefly about how like your energy can change your cells, right? But when you mix your energy, your focus, with the fact that quantum physics is proving that the observer changes the matter, you mix that in with your willpower, and basically you have mirror magic. And it's funny that we use the word magic, but really these things are just undiscovered sciences. These things like have a function, they work. And because they work, you can't just call someone crazy, right? I mean, you could say I'm crazy, but results tend to speak for themselves. So like, when you wake up in the morning, do you actually look in the mirror and like people will wash their face, but they won't even look at their face. Like, stare for a long period of time. Like, while you're washing your face, remind your cells of the place that they're supposed to be. Remember what you're supposed to look like, and remember what you want to look like. Remember that if you work out your legs, you'll have big legs. But don't forget your arms. Meaning what you give your focus to is usually what you'll get results in. So like, how often is your consciousness actually looking at you? Because the more it's actually seeing you, the more you can alter you, right? And in the modern day, people got too caught up on looks maxing. Because like, I evolve and I'm growing and I'm looking better, quote unquote, whatever the fuck that means. But like, I'm not a fucking looks maxer. I'm a conscious being that knows how to use my mind to alter me. I'm not like on this weird subconscious, like, oh, I'm ugly. So, like, I mean, everyone has insecurities and shit, but I didn't alter my cells because I thought I was ugly. Like, that's not the point. Intention matters a lot too when it comes to mirror magic, and when it comes to the ability of using your own consciousness to change your reality, right? But I just wanted to briefly say this, that like, I use the mirror to stare, to imagine, the way I look now, I imagined this before I was able to make it real. I seen what I looked like 3 years ago. I seen it in the mirror, and I began to alter as time went on. And the reason I say it's like a undiscovered science, because I don't like people being like, oh, it's so magical, magic. Like, when it's not just staring at the mirror and then all of a sudden the next day you look different. No, there's work behind it. That's why it's like a science, because in science, like, there's a process. Yeah, in chemistry, you can take a plant and extract the main molecule out of the plant. And if someone that doesn't understand science would consider it magic, but you just understand the process. Scientists discovered that the observer observing reality changes reality. That's quantum physics. That's quantumly proven. It's proven. So then I use that proven knowledge. And then they just call you crazy. You're like, hey, you're crazy. Staring at yourself in the mirror won't do much? Well, staring at the fucking experiment while it was going on did a lot. So, like, yeah, we can alter ourselves because the conscious observer can alter reality, right? Like, there's a reason these ideas exist. The magic mirror, right? The idea of thoughts create reality. The idea, like, there's a reason these ideas exist, and they're deeper than ideas. So just try to pay attention to these ideas. They're really deep, but there's something there that we're missing.